So, today again, build server. Right. Let's actually start on. And I have to look up again how Blub does that. I wanted to look up how Blub handles the compile request. Compile projects. Oh, music. What was the last time? Candy Trip. I think it was Candy Trip. I like that one. So we've completed. Data's code error. The error message is not nil. So if success, it will be nil. If empty or blocked, it will be nil. Right, which is okay. Cancelled, it will be an error, and if it failed, so I think handles the same as I do in the build server, if I understand the code correctly here. Sherich. Hi. How are you? I'm good actually. My name is Igor. Do I spell it right? Igor? Ego or Igor? Yeah, my name is Alexei, right? Yeah, that's right. So Igor. So what's up? How was your day? Let's see. I am not sure where we left off. Let's first, I think this one I pushed already. Let's see. I studied today. What are you studying? Yeah, I'm gonna do the .NET server stuff again. It's far from ready. That's why I'm trying to focus on that part, if I can. Wow, Blink has so many fixes. Let's just update some plugins and maybe stuff breaks and maybe we have to fix that. Reset spconfig. Seems like there were some refactorings. So actually did everything. What's the purpose of that? The the purpose of the .NET server stuff is actually to have more joy in development. To be honest, because it bothered me when I develop in .NET, in NeoVim, I sometimes have to leave the normal workflow and go to the terminal to do .NET build stuff, to build the actual project. Or sometimes I have to clean .NET clean and stuff like that. And then I heard in Reddit, or I saw a post in Reddit where some guy found the build server protocol and actually asked if someone is using it and if they are like, if there's interest in that and stuff like that. And yeah, I was curious, and then I looked into it, and then I thought this is exactly that what I would like to have for .NET. Because what NeoVim currently provides for that is this make stuff. This make command, this one. You can configure which program to run with make, and it runs that, and you can parse the output of this command to actually parse any errors and errors and other diagnostics from this output and show it as a quick fix list. And then you can jump over the quick fix list and resolve all the errors, which is already pretty nice. And I used it for a while, but it's still not that what I wanted to have. And yeah, the build server protocol actually resolves the issue for me, because it provides stuff like clean your workspace, then compile the workspace, run the specific target. Yeah, and that's basically what many IDEs provide. And having the same thing in the NeoVim editor sounds just nice. And yeah, I wanted to give it a try. And I tried it out, and I built a little bit of that. And I don't use it every day because it's not stable, and sometimes it didn't work like I would expect it. And this is not reliable currently, but it moves in the right direction. It does not make cross-platform. Basically, it's an IDE agnostic way to trigger .NET build tools. So like the .NET server is the implementation of this .NET this build server protocol, but I also built the BSP NVim. This is the client side, which speaks the same protocol, and the NeoVim plugin, this BSP NVim, is basically designed to interact with other build servers. So it's not only for .NET, it can be used with Java. There is a build server from Microsoft, actually, they built one. And there are like build server Blue, I think is one. And yeah, a couple of others, and you can use it with that. And for .NET, there is no build server. That's why I built one. But the server, if you ask the server which targets, like I want to compile something, and then you can ask which targets the build tools discover in your workspace, and it gives you the targets, and then you can select which target you want to compile. And like CI/CD, yeah, kind of, yeah. The build server actually decouples the build tool to actions that you want to trigger on your build tools. Does it make sense? So if I say BSP run, then I want to run a target, and at that point it doesn't matter if it's a .NET target or maybe some Gradle target or any other target in my workspace. So as long as I have a build server installed which understands the projects in this workspace, let's say if it's Gradle, and it understands that and loads all the targets that you can build with Gradle, and then it provides them to me in a list, and then I can say I want to build this specific target. Yeah, and basically, let's say, yeah, if I open up here Alacrity, just go to the .NET BSP project itself, and then you see at the right side it loads stuff, and then if I try to build, then it asks me which target I want to build. So I'm basically have a couple of projects here in this workspace and a solution file in .NET. So I can either build the whole solution or a specific project. And the same is true if I want to clean everything from the solution, so every project in the solution. And I also can say, let's BSP compile, and then it shows me all the targets that I can compile. It filters also for the targets that you can really compile, because there are flags for which you mark for the targets if it's compilable, if it's testable, and stuff like that. So I can also say I want to test a specific target. This is a portion of that is already in the spec, and I implemented some endpoints which are out of spec. So just because I wanted to run, to list all the tests that I can run, which is not possible with the build server specification as of right now. Yeah, but actually you can say I want to run a test, and then it lists me the targets that are testable. And if I say yeah, for this target I want to have all the test cases, I click on that, and then I get all the test cases, and I can select which one I want to run, and it runs that. The only thing why I'm not using this part on my daily job is because the UI is not finished yet. So even if I run this test, let's say any interesting build server protocol tests. Let's say this build target compile, right? It runs the test, but the output is just on the right side, if you saw it, just prints it out, but there are no nice way to show the results really in a pop-up or something. I have to build it. Say history, I think there we should see. Yeah. Because when it's more stable, it would make really fun to develop, I think. Because then you don't have to go into the terminal and do the .NET build, and then it builds the stuff, and if you get errors, you have to kind of find a way to how to resolve them. And if you have the BSP, then it shows you all the errors in a quick fix list. Then you can jump over them, just fix them, then run the build again. And then just a nice workflow. At the end result, I will be able to test a program via the server, not on the server. The server is kind of, yeah, it's a build tool with an API. Let's call it like that. Yes, it's gonna build it locally on my PC. In the same way, like a language server is also running on your PC. So it's not a remote server somewhere, it's on your PC. The same is for build server. That's useful. That's useful for NeoVim setup. Yeah, that's useful if you develop in NeoVim. And it could be also useful if you develop with other IDEs, if the IDE supports the build server protocol as a client, which is not like there are not that many which supports that, but maybe there will be more in the future. Let me just show a couple of things here. I said before that Microsoft is building a Gradle build server. So Microsoft found that they have to improve Java development in Visual Studio Code. This is basically how they want to do that. Yeah. This one you can also run with BSP and Vim, so with my plugin. But it's also used within Visual Studio Code plugin. I can't remember the name of the plugin. Gradle. There were some. This was the blog post from them. Gradle for Java, so this official Microsoft plugin for Visual Studio Code. It interacts with a build server, which also Microsoft built for Gradle. So you could use this also with other IDEs or editors, but there are some edge cases in the protocol where you have to specify or you have to know exactly the build server behind the scenes to be able to provide the right parameters and stuff. This is not that build server agnostic as I would like to have it, but currently this is how it is. So this is one implementation, client-side implementation of build server protocol, which is used by Microsoft and Visual Studio Code. The other one is JetBrains. Actually, the protocol is developed from JetBrains folks and Scala folks, so they have BSP support here in Scala. With build tools such as BT and Mill. Yeah, that's kind of implementation from their side. I never tried that one. Never tried also the .NET build server to run with one of those, but yeah. It should be possible. In theory. There I have also this build tool Basel, I don't know how to pronounce that one. Yeah, you can actually build different languages with Basel builds. Java, Kotlin, Scala, Python, Thrift, and Rust can be built with that. And yeah, I just haven't found yet a project where I can test that, but it should be also possible to use Basel BSP with this BSP and Vim plugin from me. Maybe I should try some of them out on a stream. I'm just not that familiar with Scala, and I don't develop in Java. So this is everything. Like, the tools are new to me, the language is new to me. So if you are developing in Java with Gradle, give it a try. You can use this Microsoft build server. Or if you use Scala. No, please, no Java. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, most people, if they do something like on their free time, they don't use languages like Java, or most often also not C#. More the new and fancier languages like Rust, maybe Go, stuff like that. Steak, maybe, which is also a pretty interesting language. So I updated this part here. Yes, update. Let's see if something breaks. So I saw for a couple of times that the test discovery fails. Maybe we'll look into this one. So let's clean all the logs and then do it again. So let's see what the logs are saying. So we had this error here. Build error, SPF build errors. Expected diagnostic message. This one. Display name. Let's copy this one out. Cannot read it there. Let's actually reformat. JSON ls. This should be better formatted, I thought, at least. Somehow the server didn't like the JSON. Server didn't like to format it properly. Even this one didn't work. Okay. Let's try to parse this one. What was that again? You can parse it in JQ. No. What was that again? It's like this. Nope. I can't remember the syntax that you select and pass the selected lines into a program. Vim pass selected lines into. Oh, I think let me see. It was read something like this. Then JQ. No such file name. Without the R. That's the wrong one. Select text to show and receive output. So what's we replace the selection with the command output. Meaning we will replace the selection with the command output. Okay, so it's basically if I say JQ. Okay, that was wrong. Shell returned. Invalid number literal at 2, column 10. Oh, yeah, that's not. Now I get it. It's not JSON. That's why it didn't work. It's Lua. So this one should be then stuff like this, and it's so obvious. So this would be then actually JSON, but it's not. So it's this Flat type Lua. So I can then format it properly, maybe. No. So it doesn't like to format it even if I say it's Lua mode. I say format. Lua. So even then it didn't like that. So okay, let's just format it in a way. Like this. Wait, something is wrong here. Is this covered? Expected diagnostic message. This is the message, and this is the message. But it's it seems a little bit broken, right? Here. No, actually it's fine. Not broken, it's just seems a little bit weird, but because this is that and the target. Line 67 here. Seems like it breaks there. Let's rerun the test in the terminal just to see how this should look like. Okay. Test case discovery finish with a 1. One is okay. And white failed. So this seems okay. We have test BSP test file, test case, and we have here the workspace request. Not project data. I think this was where I did the whole discovery stuff. Case discovery. Actually, I have to close here again and reopen. I don't see the error currently. Seems like it's only coming when I open up the project. So it really comes here if returned status code result. So I can say it's print and inspect. And let's just print the result. Here again. Notify here on error. So this is status code does not equal BSP protocol status code. Let's see. The field is unknown. Also unknown. They are here. local constants. So I think the error is just that I don't that I don't have the right validation here. I just check here if the status is okay, but this one is unknown. So okay, it's also unknown. Methods. Can I do this local? There's protocol constants. Also just a protocol dot constants. No constants. Like that, would it already be sufficient for Lua? So then here constants. Yeah, it's the wrong things here. So yeah, here constants and then status code. It should be then okay. Now oh, that's here. The right project. That seems okay, but I think I have to print something still if it was run okay. Download project. Define the target test case discovery. Finished. And then status code. Some protocol. Result status code. I get the status code from there, or the client ID. Just call it test case discovery finished. Concatenate or nil value. Fidget history. I could also create a conversion table to convert from the status code from the BSP to notification codes, status codes. So basically this one here, vim. Log level info. Log. Arrow one trace. Yeah, but actually I think it's fine if we just arrow out here. Just don't show anything specific. Can this like this status code. So then you know which client. Then it should be fine. Just wanna look where I use also notify and how the formatting is on other messages, because it may be a good maybe a good idea to have same formatting everywhere. And it's the great. Hi. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. How are you? You're looking for a hacker. Okay. That's a statement. What do you looking a hacker for? And what do you understand in the term hacker? I wanted someone to hack my ex-girlfriend's Cisco Nexus core switch. Okay, and do you think really it's a good idea to ask someone who streams in the public to hack something which is a crime? Yeah, I can tell you it's a bad idea. I don't know which streamer would commit to a crime publicly. Yeah, I'm not a lawyer. I cannot say which things would be seen as a hack or not. But yeah, I just would not do that. What's OOB connection? Out of band. Okay. Sorry, but I really cannot help you there. Yeah, you're welcome. But sorry that I cannot help you in that regard. But you could learn Neovim and maybe just having fun write some program and learning programming languages, instead of trying to hack your ex-girlfriend's router. That's also fine. Actually, I never tried Emacs, so I cannot even compare. Why Lua? Basically, just only because in Neovim most of the stuff is written in Lua. Like many plugins are written in Lua, and if I would compare it to Vimscript, I would not think even a second and decide to write stuff in Lua instead of Vimscript, because Vimscript is really a language that I would not like to learn. No, it's not E3. It's a Cosmic. from System 76, if you know that. They're writing a new desktop environment in Rust, which is called Cosmic. This is currently in alpha 3, I guess. Yeah, that's still an alpha, and I think it's currently alpha 3. Yeah, that's alpha 3. So that's what it is. Yeah, it's pretty basic, I would say. There are not that many features currently. And I think they are focusing currently on fixing stuff. So there will be not much more features. For now, they will expand it for sure if they have their first release or after the first stable release. Yeah, but it's fast. It works for me at least currently, and yeah, I like the idea to mix tiled window management functionalities with like normal floating, and you can switch per workspace if it's in tiled mode or in floating mode. And yeah, it's just new and shiny, so I use it for now. For daily work, I use Sway VM, and I'm pretty used to it. So I don't even know the shortcuts here for splitting and moving stuff. But for stream, I don't move too much the windows and stuff, so it's okay for now. But I sometimes misclick and just use other shortcuts that I know from Sway VM and just mess up my windows. You are my 18th follower. So thank you for the follow again. You're German. Danke. Which languages do you use for programming? Yeah, Igor. We have a new viewer. Yeah. Pretty rare in that stream that I have more than one people in the chat. he searched for a hacker who could hack the route of his ex-girlfriend on the stream. So. So it's not even a route, it's a switch. But yeah, anyway. Even if I could hack, I would not do that, but I actually cannot hack, so. I once played around a little bit with Backtrack back then. Now it's called Kali Linux, I guess. But nothing serious, so only in my own network. Like, how was it called? Package poisoning or something on the Switch. Yeah. ARP, yeah, ARP poisoning. I think you even know more about hacking than I do, so sounds like. Are you a network guy? Like operations or something? You're a student in high school, okay. Yeah, as I said, I knew more about hacking when I was younger, but I just don't do anything in that regard for years. Uni next year. What do you want to study next year? I actually built one, yes. Let me show you. One I currently use for my old MacBook, which I run Fedora on. And for that, I have a custom image that I built. The repository is private, but there is not that much private in there. So, and yeah, I built this for my laptop just because I wanted to try bootc, you know. I think you last time asked about bootc something, yeah, right? And bootc cannot layer on packages, so that's why I built my own. So I don't have to layer packages on top if I use bootc. So yeah, kind of. It's a replacement for OS 3 and also for RPM OS 3, yeah. But it cannot do everything that RPM OS 3 can do. only partial thing. Political science, international relations, etc. Or economic, I don't know yet. Wow. Yeah, DNF RPM support still needs to be implemented. But it will not be implemented in boot C, right? The DNF will learn how to layer packages on atomic variants, if I understood that correctly. But for now, just building your custom image is fine. I built one, so I just did that, like here, and then installed everything that I need, like Alacrity, Blueman, Bootsy, DNF, just to play around a little bit with that. And I also just set it up that it builds once a day with a cron trigger here, and then I pull this custom image, and that's it. Pretty easy. So if you want to play around, can do that yourself too. Yeah, GitHub builds the image for me and also pushes to the package registry. They have container registry for that, and you can pull it from there. Easy. And if you have it public, then I think you get yeah, you can use it. Just the registry can be used with public repositories, I guess. Not sure if, with the private one, because I pay for GitHub monthly, but not sure what's in the free plan. What languages you're speaking? What is Docker? Docker? You mean what Docker is? Docker is a tool yeah. Basically a container runtime and I don't know how to call it even. I think Docker is many things. For one part, it's a CLI tool that you can use to run container on the containerd runtime. And Docker is also a corporation, so it is many things. Yes, it pretty messes up with your network if you install it, because it sets stuff up so it can also access network and create its own networks if you deploy multiple containers and stuff. But I personally don't use Docker. It's just sometimes you use the term Docker to refer for container runtimes. But I use Podman. which is the alternative, which do basically the same, but it's from Red Hat. And yeah, it's pre-installed on Fedora, so that's why I use it. And it was, I think it was first with the feature to be able to run containers rootless, where Docker still runs many. I think it still per default runs rootful. NetNS. Don't know what NetNS is. Fedora is a Linux distribution. But if you use Emacs to write stuff, you know a little bit about Linux, right? Ah, okay, you're an OpenBSD guy. Ego, what's up? Why, what the fuck? Yeah, OpenBSD. That's like if Linux users are still a minority, then OpenBSD, that's pretty niche. I thought just if you're Emacs user, you could not use Windows, and the odds are low that you use also macOS. Even if I think Emacs can be run on Windows and macOS, not sure. My family never used Windows in our home. Yeah, then I guess your dad is some tech guy. I don't know anyone who is not in the tech who runs something else than Windows or macOS. You're kidding, right? I would not believe that. Sorry, but this sounds like in a movie or something. But yeah, at least I can understand him. I mean, Windows Vista, come on. Crazy, really crazy. I don't get sometimes Twitch is you guys are in the chat, but I see on my stream manager that only one viewer is active currently, which most of the time I thought it counts me also as a viewer when I have the stream manager open in another tab, but it's really strange. I don't get it how it counts and how it even could be like that. Yeah, you have to check out Linux. It's still a niche and it's still yeah, but it's I think more modern than OpenBSD, and I don't think your father will slap you for that. And you can do much more with Linux than with OpenBSD, I guess. Just try Fedora. I don't know. Just pick one, if it's workstation or anything else. Just something. Yeah, Fedora is really great. Okay. Yeah, then your father is a really hardcore BSD guy. Yeah, I know. He trolls. But it's funny, it's okay. So let's actually think what we could do next here. Let's remove this. So fix. Test. Case discovery. Start. Notification. So I could implement something like BSP info, right? Just to see the result of the test when I run BSP test case. Say and run this specific test. Yeah, for sure. Let's I need to look it up because I don't even. Oh God, this is the one. Yeah. Is it serial? Yeah. Serial connections. I think I had this cable twice in my hands. Hi Dart. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. You're the first time in the stream. Where did you see that I moved that hard? Or like worked that hard? Dart, are you a developer also? Do you program stuff? So what do you use for programming? And it's, I think, if you just Google for it, you will find a couple of how-tos on how to hack a Cisco switch. Kotlin and Android Studio. Okay. Yeah, I wanted once to look into Kotlin, but the problem is even they didn't have an LSP server, right? They just so focused on JetBrains IDEs. Because the language seems interesting. Yeah, there is a language server, but written from the community. So this is not an official one. Yeah. This is really a shame, I think, because I don't have anything against other IDEs and stuff. It's fine to use everything, but like they developed Kotlin and they completely ignoring the community, and they want just everyone use IntelliJ IDEs if you want to use Kotlin. Hey, thank you, Dart, for the follow. But I kind of get disappointed when I got a little bit deeper and dealing with some complex stuff, you know, there I get stuck and leave it. Any suggestion? I think the only suggestion I can give you is not to give up. First, when I learned to program, I learned at school Basic. I think it was Basic was the first one, and then Java. And I didn't understand anything. And then it took me a while to understand what the teachers are trying to teach me. Maybe because some stuff that how they explain it to me was not that yeah, easy to understand for me at least. But yeah, it takes a while till it really clicks. Yeah, I make a server. But like server is pretty overloaded word, so there are maybe different things that people have in mind if they talk about servers, especially if you're not from the tech or not deep in the tech. Do you agree that these AI chatbots are real advantages for kids of this era? I think you should learn without AI. I mean, it can help you if you program stuff and you want to get things done. But for learning, I would say it didn't help you that much. Because struggling and trying different things out, failing and trying other things out, and then finally solve it after hours and hours of debugging and trying out is kind of a learn process that you have to do. What I'm making, yeah, sure, I can explain it. It's basically, let's say, let's start from the beginning maybe. There is a thing called build server protocol. This is this. And what it does is basically it tries to decouple your IDE from your build tools. What this means is if you have one IDE which can talk to a build server with this protocol. So if your IDE supports this protocol, then you can spin up different build servers and talk to them, and they request from them that they should build your project or a specific target, or run a test or run the program you want to run in a way that it is independent from the build tool itself. So if you say you want to run the program, it didn't directly has to know which build tool it is. With what this allows is basically to have a simpler IDE, because it has only to learn the build server protocol and can talk to different build tools, because else you have to implement for each build tool a specific portion in your IDE that you can trigger this build tools. It's maybe hard to understand, because it's definitely hard to explain. Do you hear anything about LSP, language server protocol? Yeah, I'm not in the competitive programming. I'm never done competitive programming, to be honest. Do you want to do that? I know what a protocol is, but never heard about that one. It's pretty it's not that known. But it is already out there for a couple of years, but it didn't get that much attraction as the LSP protocol. To be honest, maybe it's because it's from JetBrains, and I mean JetBrains didn't implement LSP protocol themselves, and they now try to build their own BSP protocol, which is based on that what LSP does, but they didn't support LSP, so it kind of strange trying to push a BSP protocol and also stating here that is LSP inspired and kind of not really extends, but plays well with LSP, but they don't provide an LSP support in their IDEs. I think in Fleet they plan to have LSP support, but yeah, just strange. Can you explain how to apply a protocol in your program? At this specific protocol, you have to, I have a plugin which implements this protocol on the IDE side in NeoVim. What it basically does is you define functions. If you call this function, then it builds a specific message in a defined format, and it sends to the build server this message. The build server interprets that and does stuff, and then it gives you the result in a well-defined format, which is defined by this protocol. Sends it back to you, and you interpret this result and show something to the user. So this is the basic understanding of a protocol here. And maybe just a little bit for your understanding, what requests you can which requests you can send to the server are defined here, and this is basically list build targets for a specific workspace, and then if you have the build targets, you can request to compile one of them or some of them. You can compile also multiple of them, or you can run tests for a specific target, or you can see which sources are available for this specific target. Sources would mean that point files or directories. What you can also do is see the dependencies and dependency modules, which would be basically, I'm not sure if you're familiar with NuGet and .NET stuff, but NuGet are the packages that you usually reference if you want to use some library or something. They are distributed via NuGet packages in .NET, and yeah, you can actually implement a request where you can list the dependencies for a specific target. This one is not implemented currently on my .NET build server, but yeah, maybe sometime in the future. Maybe when I use this Neo 3, I think it was Neo 3. Yeah, you can use Neo 3 to show tree like structures, which would be also nice to use for dependency trees. That's a basic idea I have in mind, maybe for the future. WebRTC. No, I never worked with WebRTC, to be honest. Real-time communication for the web. Is it the library or something? Oh, I think I heard of that, but I never used this. Never used that one. As well as to exchange arbitrary data between browsers without requiring an intermediary. The set of standards that comprise WebRTC make it possible to share data and perform teleconferencing peer-to-peer without requiring that the user install plugins or any other third-party software. I think it's built into modern browsers, right? Web communication and stuff, video communication and stuff. Yeah, I think for web conferences and stuff, I heard about that a couple of times. But yeah, never used this. So let's maybe implement something where we can see the result of the build of the test more in detail. Hey, how much network concepts do you know? I think I must have in-depth knowledge as you're working with servers. No, not necessarily. I'm not that deep in networking, to be honest. If I'm disturbing you, but I have one last thing to ask. Any academic advice you wanna give to me as a developer? Yeah, as I said before, just don't give up and yeah, learn the stuff that you're interested in. Have fun with that. You don't have to learn everything. This is something that when you start to learn programming, I felt sometimes overwhelmed. Because there's just so much out there. Even now, if you ask like networking, like basic stuff, I don't know that much about networking. So I know stuff a little bit here and there, but I never wrote my own server from scratch, like a server like HTTP server or something like that, which I would like to do sometimes, maybe in the future, maybe on stream, I'm not sure. Never done that, but it's good practice, I heard. And yeah, but there's so much things that you can do. You will never do everything, so just do what you like most. Yeah, for sure, why not? I would be interested in streaming together with someone when I'm more comfortable in streaming, and also program maybe something together. It's fine. Which languages do you prefer in the future? Which one do you want to look into? I also started with a high level language, and I wished I would start with a low level language first, because you understand more concepts and maybe basic stuff. Like if you start with C really and learn C first, then you understand more basic concept, or even assembly or something like that, and then move up to a higher level languages. When you learn stuff like C# first, it's also possible to learn other stuff, but it's maybe more beneficial to start with a low level language first, and maybe implement stuff like linked lists and arrays yourself. So I never did it also, so I never wrote my linked list from scratch or something, but this is stuff that I wished I learned earlier, or would learn earlier. Now it's somehow I don't have the time to do that. I tried C, like, up to familiar with pointers and stuff. Yeah. Yeah, I think from low-level languages like C, you learn also the stuff about stack and the heap and so on, which is also can get important if you program stuff like servers, like HTTP server and so on. Java for sure. So yeah, but on Java you have to pick me up because I'm not that familiar with Java, so it's new to me, and also maybe hard to set up, or harder to set up on NeoVim, I think. Hey, what your POV? What's POV of on competitive programming, like you're planning to get your hands dirty on? One problem a day. Competitive program like you're planning to get your hands dirty on. Ah, point of view, okay. I think like with all competitive stuff, you have to start somewhere and just work you through. Because you have to understand how the things are done in that specific space when you're try to compete. If it makes sense. A lead code. Yeah, I heard about lead code, never done it. But yeah, I thought about this Eve's calendar. Advent calendar for programming. There is something, right? There are also challenges. Or something like that. Advent of code. So it's code. No, I'm not from India. I'm from Germany. Sorry if you want to try to compete and stuff. I think you just have to learn to solve different puzzles, and then you can start with stuff like this one, maybe Advent of code. And yeah, for sure, lead code you can also try out, I guess. You're 20 and you're already worried. Yeah, do you have a job in programming or something? Or where do you want to land a job? I'm 36, so I'm pretty old. You want to make cool apps? Yeah, then just try to build apps. I mean, you can sure do competitive programming, but I'm sure many of the programmers out there would not be that good in competitive programming. It's not for everyone, I guess. If it doesn't have directly to do with what you can achieve, I guess. Yeah, I do a job. I am also my daily job a programmer. Cloud programming. Like cloud services. Yeah, I'm only programming for my living. That's enough. Where do you come from, Dart? Yeah, okay. You come from India. I hear there is high competition. Is this why you're worried about the future and programming? Yeah, but what I hear is that especially Germany have programs for people from India to get easier jobs in Germany. I'm not sure how this program is called, but they're doing something in this regards to get more tech people into German's markets. So if you're interested in this, not sure. A colleague of mine showed it to me, but I'm not sure how it is called. Maybe if we search, I can find it. Visa options for IT professionals. Look. What's the average package of a programmer there? What do you mean by package? Like skill set or something else? I cannot say for sure, but Germany average pay. Yeah, I would say this is kind of right. Yeah. So this is a software engineer. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I'm more active because of streaming, and I found that for me it's personally like the streaming have two sides. The one just practicing speaking English and presenting stuff and talking for people. And the second one is to motivate me to program on my side projects, which before I started streaming, I just did maybe one like a couple of hours in 2 weeks or something like that. But now when I stream on 2 days in the week, and together maybe per week I get maybe 6 hours or something. I can work on a side project even if I'm not working all the 6 hours and just chatting and stuff, but still I get every week progress a little bit here and there and learn new stuff also, and just nice. Yeah, sure, but to be honest, I don't have too much viewers. That's why it's not that distracting. And even if it gets more people, then I think I will just have time where I program and concentrate more on the program part, and then like have a slot where I concentrate more on the chat and like switch from time to time. Yeah, thank you. I think it's practicing, because in the daily job we also speak English, but not that much. So this is in my team we have at least not that many people who cannot speak German. That's I actually would like to have more people who speak English, just for better personal improvement. Yeah, in my company the working culture is really good. I cannot say for all companies, because I'm working now at my current company, I think for 8 years or something. So I'm not sure how it is elsewhere. But yeah, work-life balance is pretty good on our side here, or like in my company. I don't meditate for improving focus. I'm not sure. I think never had issues with focusing. I just try to remove distractions. So even if when I'm working on my daily job, I don't look at like every hour or every 2 hours in Outlook, or like reading messages every couple of minutes or something, because this is really distracting. And also if you really try to focus on getting stuff done, I read somewhere that till you get the focus in programming, you need at least 15 minutes. So if you jump from from chat to programming, from programming to chat and stuff like that, or to different other tasks, when you are programming, then you always starting from the beginning, like 15 minutes you get in, then you program for 5 minutes, like 20 minutes as a whole, and then you do something else. Then you have after that 15 minutes to really get back into. So I prefer to not disrupt me when I really like focusing on programming. Especially if it's really a hard problem or something where you really have to think. Think more. It's not just an easy problem to solve. Thanks, buddy, for answering my stupidest questions. Really helpful. Talking with you. Yeah, you're welcome. I'm glad if I could help. So. And thank you for coming by, and thank you for the follow. And one thing, maybe if you want to improve in programming, start to program in some open source projects. That's what I heard from many others, that you can really improve, because there are often high skilled people, especially in the bigger projects. You can learn a lot from them. Also, you can show up what you can do and where you already contributed if you write a resume or something. So for many people, I heard it's beneficial if they contribute somewhere in open source projects. So we wanted to write some basic UI here in Lua, right? I already wrote here something simple to show up. BSP info. I copy this part. And what do we have in the test result? We have origin, status code, data. Was a test task, test finish and test report. Test report. This structure is embedded in the task finish data field when task kind field contains test report. Test finish data kind. The structure is embedded in data task finish data field, and the data kind field contains test finish. Test report. Task finish data kinds. Test finish object and test report. Data kinds. Test task. Test start, test task. Test finish, test report. The beginning of a testing unit may be signaled to the client with the task start notification. Testing unit. And the testing unit is a build target. The notification data kind field must be test task. When a testing unit is a build target, the data field must include test task object. The structure is embedded in data task start data field. Let's see at the blob stuff here. If we have here test task, test result, test report is called. So again, search for test report. Concrete example: if the build client passes Scala run params in the data object and its corresponding data kind to the server will run the target with these parameters. Likewise for Scala test params. This build action will produce notifications to the BSP client according to the build server protocol specification. For example, the execution of a test suite will produce build task start and build task finish notifications containing a test report. So I can say if result data kind is BSP protocol instance task finish data kind test report, right? Then we can open up a small window here. So we open a window. Example window relative float. title position. Window given by the win field or the current window. Cursor position, mouse editor. Window width, high, buffer position, index. Title. In window border, string or list. List should consist of text in high. Text and highlight. Tuples. If string or tuple lacks a highlight, the default highlight group is float title. Let's call this title. Right, or open options, style border, title position. Default is left, center, or right. Just let's say title position. Should be center. Fixed if true when anchor is in V or SV. The float window would be kept fixed even if the window would be truncated. Hide. True for the floating window will be hidden. Vertical split. Okay, so we need title and title position. Title. Let's call this test report. And title position. Call it center. And we would have a table here, lines, where we write something in. So then let's say local, whatever D is result data, right? And type data will be ESP test report. Always forget how. What is this parameters now? Type this. So D should be then. Forget how to annotate this. Lua type annotation. So it was actually right. So type this PSP test report. Total number of millisecond tests take to run. So let's say total here, and then the white does not work. Field is so this one is data any, right? Just restart. So time. So I don't need this, just add some lines here. Failing, successful, it's called test failed, ignored. Let's copy of them, skipped target. So I would actually do here target, then target ID. Data. Passing. Console name passed. Data passed. Just ignored, cancelled. And skipped. We have also failed. Failed. Cancelled. Skipped. And skipped. Cancelled. Ignored. Failed. Okay, let's see what we have here. This is clean. Target test. ESP test case. This one. Say compile. Okay, that was not it, because I have here in the wrong data kind. Test report, we have test finish also. Test finish has a message. Now let's copy this and let's say as if, then as if result data kind is BSP protocol constants. Task finish data kind test finish. Then we do nearly the same, but this one is test finish data. Let's just test finish. Or maybe we just print here the result. So print and inspect the result. Right. And see what's in there. Then we can build something. Pretty, so let's go display name. Just message. So I'll skip this. Yeah. Data kind. So let's see. Test case. Exit code 1. There's not much to that. Test case or test handler, the target test handler. Console wrapper. Wait handle. Test event handler. Test run. Test run started. So let's see what they said here. Task start and task finish with notification containing a test report. Debug session. Concept example. This is for debugging. Let's restart. Spec help us as here. Test restart, manage BSP test state. So test, and we get the test restart. Scala test suite. Okay, Scala test. Scala test suite. Scala test suite selection. Test restart. Test runs. Does not handle filtering of tests yet. Test run progress. Task test finished. Task test start. Right, test run progress, test run changed, args. Task test start here, and task test finish. This is run progress. Get test outcome count. Task finish params. Task handle, test run complete. Task finish. Oh, it's on the test result. That's completely something else where I was looking for. So we have the target test. This one. And we have the test result, which is this one. Test result data kind. It's not specified there what we will get there. Test result data. Okay, but this is the wrong place where I was looking. This part to be moved from here. Let's find two handlers. Task. Nope. So it's on handling these different task informations, which would be on here. We have progress, we have BSP progress finished. So task progress parameters and task finish parameters. So in here, depending on the result, we can do different stuff, right? Here, say if result data kind ESP protocol constants task finish data kind is test report. Oh, we already have that. So PSP progress finish. Or maybe I should call it more like PSP task or something, and then we have finished progress and so on. Because even for me it was confusing first here to see this prefix PSP progress. Yeah. Let's see if we can actually test that. Put it in here and put in this one in here so that you see something. Actually a pretty big message there. Replacement string item contains new lines. Okay, this cannot work here. Because I think this one has multiple lines. So I did it already here. So vim split. So let's actually try to write it from scratch. Here, vim split. We have here string separator. String would be data message. Separator would be new line, right? And then different other options that we have here. Literally the string find plain. Yeah. And plain is true. If we split it, then we get array of strings. And for each example, M pairs from M here. Try to write actually message and then the actual message then down below would mean pairs key value. We don't need this one, only the alpha value. Drag right. So something is wrong here. Can I somehow center it? Let's say with it's 80 and high is also 80. Let's even, yeah, let's say 80. Buffer to display. Buffer position. Place the float relative to buffer text only when relative window. So column position in units. Okay, that's actually, let's say here something like 30, column like 60 or something. PSP test case. Test report. Here's test finish. Test finish. So maybe we test this one, another project. Because I'm not sure which output is, because in the tests I also output some of the build server logs and output from the tracer also into the test log, and that's confusing a little bit. So on another project, like our ASP example test project, if we run here the BSP test case, we'll see how it looks here. This test. Which looks not bad. For the test finish, we had also here an error. Use auto command for finish attempt to index field target a nil value. Okay. Do it again. Task ID. Target. Oh, at the data field we got all of them capital case. This is also, I think, wrong. So the test run event handler. Test report. Data contract. Okay. And also reduce the height here and maybe say 50. Okay. Nothing changed. Oh, I have to reload it, sure. .NET and publish. No. Still too much. Let's say 30 maybe. Right. No. The ID is wrong, but it's URI. Here, forget URI, and we can say Vim file. Was this URI from to file name? URI to file name. This is it. So let's go back here, maybe 15. Let's maybe 10. Here 10. Try it again. It's okay. And height here. And time. Total number of milliseconds. just that, or we could also divide that. Would be an int something. Integer. No. Not sure how to do that in Lua. But yeah. Failed one. Healer. Okay. And if we try to run a different one. Past. No message. So this is a beginning, but yeah, I have to find ways how to better present this. Yeah. So that's it for today. See you in the next stream. Bye.